Hi everyone, Brian Valerio back with another Corp Gov alert. I wanted to talk a bit today about director elections and some of the results that we saw during the 2021 proxy season. So overall, the numbers weren't hugely different from what we have seen in the past, but there are some common themes that we did see in terms of opposition to directors, and I thought I would highlight some of those common reasons for opposition that we saw for director elections during the 2021 season for you all. So these are some things that you can flag and just kind of keep in mind when you're looking through your director profiles and see if there's any of these issues that might pop up for you at your next shareholder meeting. So there continue to be concerns around board composition, and these are due to either lack of gender, racial, and or ethnic diversity. So that is a reason why some directors have been dinged recently. There's also potentially some gaps in director skills or expertise, and that could potentially lead to some opposition voting from investors at shareholder meetings. There also continues to be concerns, and this is probably becoming more and more prevalent as these policies become tighter and more restrictive, around overboarding or board commitments. Institutional investors have been tightening these overboarding policies over the past few years, and the new policies continue to lead to increased opposition for directors who are perceived to be overcommitted or stretched too thin. So definitely keep an eye on what the trend is going in terms of both CEO and non-CEO board limits for different institutional investors and the proxy advisory firms. There also seems to be some growing concern around ESG reporting and oversight that is starting to bubble to opposition voting for directors. Some of the issues that investors are looking at are corporate culture, employee satisfaction, health and safety, whether company actions are mirroring what they are making in their public statements, what they are saying publicly. And there are some institutional investors who may even oppose directors at companies that they believe are E&S or ESG laggards. Finally, there's typical board accountability that continues to be a concern and continues to be the driving force behind some opposition for directors. These are things such as having problematic governance provisions or poor director attendance, compensation related issues, or board responsiveness to previous shareholder feedback. So if your company is lacking in any of these areas or perceived to be lacking in any of these areas, it could potentially lead to some opposition for directors at shareholder meetings. So these are just some issues that I wanted to flag for you all, some things to keep in mind, some things that directors should be aware of if any of these are the case for them prior to the upcoming meeting, as it could impact some of the voting. So please give me a shout if you have any questions or want to learn more about this. Talk soon about another corporate governance alert.